In this session, I'm going to talk about regression analysis. If you check your project guideline, you have been asked to do correlation or regression analysis, okay? So I'm going to use the sample data set, which is provided for your final project as a sample, and then I'll show you the regression analysis, okay? Okay, so let us directly go to the data set. Okay, so this is your data set. So basically, in your on your final project, I have asked you to show me whether discount and satisfaction affect the total sales. But for the purpose of this discussion or this session, I'm going to show you whether discount and satisfaction affect the unit sold, okay? Now, how to do the regression analysis? Just go to directly to data. And then when you click data, you will find data analysis here. Click data analysis, choose regression. Okay, let us clean this one. So click here. So RY is the unit is sold. Click here and then shift control plus downward arrow. Okay, it will be automatically selected. Our X should be the discount. Click on discount. Okay, shift control downward arrow. And then don't forget to choose label because we have already chosen the heading, okay? Okay, so click OK. So this is the output of the regression analysis. So here, as you can see here, there are three important outputs. So the first one is the regression statistics, ANOVA, and then the coefficients and the p-values, okay? So for your project, the most important part is actually this one. You don't need to worry about the first two, but I will explain. I'll give you a general highlight about the first two, but for your project, you have to focus on this part, especially the coefficient and the p-values, okay? So let us just clean this one. Okay, let me just... Okay. I just want to clean it before I discuss. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the most important regression outputs in this regression analysis is actually the first one is the R square or the adjusted R square, and this one is the F statistics or the p-value, the overall p-value. And the next but the most important part is the coefficient of each variables and the p-value or the statistics of each variables. Okay. So what these R square indicators and what is this overall p-value or overall F statistics? Let me just give you a short description about this one, and then I'll discuss in detail basically, okay? But to give you a general highlight, as you can see here, for example, discount is positive. The coefficient, as you can see here, discount is positive, and the p-value is actually less than 1%. By the way, this one is in terms of percentage. So if the p-value of independent variable is less than 10% or 5% or 1%, we consider it as significant. But if it is more than 10%, we consider it as insignificant. So as you can see here, the p-value of discount, it is actually less than 1%, okay, 0.000. So this shows that the coefficient is positive. This shows that discount positively affects the number of units sold, okay? But if you see satisfaction, the p-value is actually more than 10%. That means satisfaction does not significantly affect the unit sold, okay? So that means satisfaction is not an important variable, but discount is an important variable. And this one, the p-value, the overall, we call this one overall p-value, we call this one individual p-values, okay? This indicates that the reliability of a model, if it is less than 5%, this one, we consider it as the model is actually reliable, okay? But if it is more than 5%, we don't consider it as a reliable regression model, okay? And this one, the R square or adjusted R square indicators, you can use them interchangeably basically. So these R square indicators, okay, how much RY, that means the number of units sold, has been explained by, I mean the variability of Y, whether the variability of Y has been explained by our independent variable, which is discount and satisfaction. That is what R square is. The more R square, the better it is. But as you can see, it is about 26%. So it is really low, but it doesn't matter actually. It differs from profession to profession. But in finance and accounting, I think this one is good to go. Okay, 26% is good to go. So let me give you just a general explanation for this one. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I just give you a description over here. So the R square or adjusted R square explains, for example, in our case, 26% of the variance of our quantity sold has been explained by discount and satisfaction, okay? It's not really high, but it is acceptable, like 26, 27% is okay, okay? And this one, the F statistics, it indicates that actually it is less than 5%. So it means the model is significant, okay? Statistical significant, and we consider it as a reliable regression model. But the most important point, as I mentioned before, for your project is actually this part, okay? So as you can see here, okay, as you can see here, so discount, it is actually significant because the p-value is actually less than 1%, okay? And it is positive. That means discount significantly positively affects the unit sold because the p-value is less than 1%, and the statistics is over 60 actually. And but when you see satisfaction, it does not actually significantly affected because the p-value is actually more than 10%, and the statistics is too low, okay? Okay, now, when you face this kind of challenge, for example, in your project, what you are going to do is just eliminate the insignificant or the less relevant variable, which is satisfaction, and then you just do the regression all over again, including only the significant one, which is the discount in our case. Okay, so let us do uh, the regression analysis again by excluding satisfaction. Okay, but before that, let us rename this one regression analysis. I think in your case, it will be, is it analysis 9? I think it is analysis 9. In your case, okay? Can call it analysis 9. Okay. So let us do the regression tests again. Data. Okay. So the unit is sold dependent variable. But this one, this time we'll include only discount because significant, sorry, satisfaction is not really important. Okay. Control Shift downward arrow. Don't forget to take this one labels and then okay. Maybe to make it more interesting, let me do it again, okay? Just delete this one. To make it more interesting, let us do it again. Data, data analysis, regression. Okay, okay, good. Let us use this one, okay? The line fit plot. Okay, now, as you can see here, actually it is upward, if you see the plot, this one, it is actually upward sloping. That means the discount and the unit sold are positively correlated, okay? So that means this one and this one is actually the same, okay? The interpretation is actually the same. Okay, let us make it this one clean. We'll bring this one to our previous analysis later, but let me just quickly show you. So as you can see here, my equation is actually shown here, okay? So this one is my equation, which is similar to this one. For example, the intercept is 36.7%, 36.7, and then this one the same. The coefficient is actually 0.13 when you approximate this one, okay? So you can have this one, it's very optional, but it's not really important. But if you make it more beautiful, you can just add this one if you like, okay? But now let us just copy paste this one to our original analysis 9, okay? Bring it here. So let us put it here, okay? Okay, so let us do it again. So make it 3 digits. I think that one is enough. Everything is good. Let us highlight the p-values. Very important, this one. Okay, good. And let us make this one 3 digit, significant. Our total number of observation or sample in your data set is actually about 10,100, okay? And then the R square, okay? Good. I have already explained this one, okay? So I don't need to explain it again. But for this one, you need to give me interpretation, okay? So what I mean by interpretation? So you have to give me, for example, when you invest or when you offer $100 or dirhams to your customers, by how much the unit sold will increases. So you need to give me that interpretation, okay? So how can you interpret that? I'll just show you. I'll give you a short description now. Okay, so in your project, you have to give me this one. This one is the most important part, actually. Okay, this is what I need, interpretation of your result. So I'll show you now how to interpret it, okay? So you don't need to worry too much about this part, but you have to tell me the coefficient and the p-values, and you have to interpret the results, okay? So our result indicates that, okay, discount, it is significant because the p-value is less than 1%, and it is positive because the coefficient is actually positive, okay? Now, as we have seen previously, so our equation is actually unit sold equals 0.013 times discount plus 36.7, right? So let us interpret this one, okay? Sorry, let me make it more up. Okay, let us interpret this one. Unit sold, discount, and intercept. Okay. So now let us assume when we offer 100 dirhams or $100 to our customer, by how much amount our unit sold will increase. Okay, our intercept here is 36.703. Okay. Okay, here let us apply this equation. Okay, here that means let us estimate our unit sold equals 0.013 times the discount is this one, then plus the intercept. Okay, so now basically this is actually our estimated units sold. Okay, so that means when you offer $100 to our customers, our units sold will increase by 38 units. Okay, so this is the interpretation. Basically the most important part is this one, and you need to show me in your project. Okay, so this is all about regression analysis. So if you have any questions, you can email me, or you can come to my office. Okay, okay, good.